In everyone's life, there are moments when, despite all efforts, what we desire eludes us, like a mirage. Whether in relationships, careers, or the pursuit of success, the more effort we exert, the further the goal seems to recede. But what if there's another path that allows us to find harmony and achieve our desires without an exhausting struggle? Ancient Stoic philosophers believed that the key to true tranquility and success lies in the ability to let go. Instead of persistently striving for what we want, we should learn to accept what life presents and adapt to circumstances. This approach, seemingly paradoxical at first glance, can become a powerful tool for achieving personal happiness and success. Life is full of surprises, and our plans often diverge from reality. The desire to control every aspect of our existence inevitably leads to disappointment, stress, and suffering. However, by shifting our mindset and allowing life to unfold naturally, we can find inner harmony and resilience. Stoics like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus urged us to live in harmony with nature, accepting things as they are and not expending energy resisting the inevitable. This principle helps avoid unnecessary struggle, gain clarity of mind, and develop the ability to adapt to any circumstances. What follows is a deeper exploration into the philosophy of Stoicism, which will help you understand how letting go can become your superpower and how to live without excessive effort, embracing life's challenges with wisdom and tranquility. 1. Master what is within your control. Accept what is inevitable. Imagine yourself trapped in a traffic jam, with time relentlessly pushing you towards an important meeting. Useless honking, rising irritation, nervous tapping fingers on the steering wheel. All this only emphasizes powerlessness in the face of circumstances. The ancient philosopher Epictetus asserted that only a person's mind is within their power. External factors, the actions of others, the whims of the weather, all these are beyond our reach. Instead of futile attempts to bend the world to your desires, you should bring your own aspirations into harmony with reality. Ask yourself, is this within my power to change? If the answer is no, release the worry and accept the situation. 2. The illusion of control. Often, people mistakenly believe that increased pressure will bring them closer to their desired goal. However, the opposite usually happens. As an example, consider someone desperately trying to hold on to a relationship, bombarding their partner with endless messages and obsessive thoughts. Such actions don't bring people closer. They only push the other person away. The reason lies in the fact that excessive effort creates resistance. Seneca, the wise philosopher, said, "Fate leads the willing and drags the unwilling." In other words, instead of fruitlessly fighting reality, learn to move smoothly with the flow of life. Trust in fate. Believe that what is meant to be will happen in its own time without the need for forceful intervention. 3. Letting go of attachment to the ephemeral becomes the key to reducing life's adversities. Excessive attachment to people, the pursuit of specific outcomes, and obsession with social status become sources of anxiety. The tighter a person holds on to what they desire, the more they fear losing it. This principle can be illustrated with the metaphor of sand in hand. The tighter you squeeze, the more grains slip away. An open palm, however, allows you to retain the contents. Releasing control is not a sign of defeat, but rather a liberation from the anxieties associated with holding on. By ceasing obsessive attempts to bend everything to one's will, a person opens up space for the natural unfolding of events. 4. Nature provides an example of wise patience. A tree doesn't try to rush the changing seasons, it calmly accepts the natural course of things. Winter's cold gives way to spring's awakening, and each stage has its significance. This example teaches us to trust the natural rhythm of life. Events unfold in their own time, and a delay does not mean a cancellation. It's important to trust the flow of life and show patience, allowing events to develop naturally. The process of moving towards a goal is no less important than the final outcome. What seems necessary now might reveal itself later, when a person is ready for it. 5. Action without compulsion is not synonymous with inaction. Contrary to popular belief, embracing the flow of life does not imply passivity at all. Stoics, known for their wisdom, placed great importance on action, but a specific kind of action. This is action dictated not by despair, but by wisdom and discernment. It involves carefully considered, deliberate steps towards set goals, while maintaining detachment from the final outcome. As a clear illustration, consider the example of an archer. They train diligently, aim carefully, and finally release the arrow. However, once the arrow leaves the bowstring, the archer loses control over its flight. They cannot influence the wind direction or precisely where the arrow will land. The archer's task is to release the arrow with maximum precision, not to try to control its subsequent fate. Similarly, in life, we must act, exert effort, but not strive for every detail to unfold strictly according to our desires. It's important to focus on the process itself, trust the efforts made, and release the obsessive urge to control every aspect of the outcome. 6. Inner peace stems from acceptance. True strength lies not in a frantic attempt to control everything, but in humbly accepting the natural course of life. By relinquishing the need to constantly struggle or manipulate circumstances, one discovers profound inner peace. Life is often unpredictable and full of surprises, and events rarely unfold exactly as planned. True inner peace is found when we stop desperately trying to put everything in its place, exerting excessive effort. Marcus Aurelius, the eminent philosopher and Roman emperor, understood this perfectly when he said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." True strength lies not in controlling external circumstances, but in the ability to manage one's inner world. By accepting life as it is, without excessive resistance, one becomes unshakable in the face of any challenge. Acceptance should not be confused with passivity and inaction. Acceptance is, first and foremost, the recognition of what is within our control, namely our reactions, and what is outside our control, everything else. It is in this way that one gains a deep sense of resilience and unshakable tranquility. Instead of fearing unpredictability, Stoics urged us to see it as a source of new opportunities. Life is like an endless ocean whose waves bring change and surprises. The desire to foresee every step or attempts to avoid uncertainty deprive a person of the ability to grow and adapt. Every unknown event can potentially become a step towards development, while rigid plans limit horizons. By embracing uncertainty, one opens oneself to new perspectives, experiences, and solutions that might have gone unnoticed when striving for complete control. Life's unpredictability is not a threat, but rather a door leading to boundless opportunities. Freeing oneself from the fear of the unknown, one begins to see the potential hidden in every situation. Therefore, When the urge arises to force something, be it relationships, career advancement, or even your own feelings, it's worth pausing and asking yourself, am I flowing with the current of life? Or am I resisting it? True happiness and success come not through compulsion, but through trust, patience, and the wisdom to distinguish what is within our control from what is beyond it. It's important to remember, don't fight the current. It's better to learn to swim with it.